Welcome to the Spotlight segment. This is a segment dedicated to interviews with developers or interesting happenings in the world of Android. And now for this week's episode, here's your Spotlight.
For our Spotlight section this week, I'm delighted to say that we are joined by Lukman, the developer of the text-to-speech app, ToBe SAID. Lukman, welcome to the podcast. Where are you joining us from?
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you all. And I'm very thankful for you inviting me here. I'm from Indonesia and I'm developing ToBe SAID TTS application for Android.
Can you tell us a little bit how you got into Android app development and what made you decide to develop this much needed text-to-speech app for everyone?
Actually, this is my side project, and actually, I have a real job at noon. So to prevent the burnout, I want to learn AI, and then I'm starting learning AI 6 months ago. Then trying to all the local AI. Then from that, I'm trying to learn the LLM, then goes to TTS, and it's actually very good. But when I try to present that to some of my friends, they want it to like a mobile version. Then starting from January, I start working on the mobile version for the AI, and I'm using the open source one. So the TTS actually, I have like 4 working, but it doesn't work well. Then until mid-January, Qt Labs has Pocket TTS, and I know that can be work for Android. Then I start working on that, and I see Warren on the Reddit asking for system TTS, and I start implementing that for the Android system-wide TTS. I'm actually using what you call vibe coding, agentic AI, or whatever. I'm actually using 3 ChatGPT Codex, Google Gemini, and Cloud Code to complete the project this fast. So there you have it. Actually, this version 1.0 is done by mid-February, and then it need to go through Google testing. Then after it was released, I got a lot of feedback from you, and I got a nice improvement there. So I already pushed latest update today, and that's the maximum I can get for now. And that's it.
Wow, that's all happened really quickly. Warren, obviously you came across Lukman on Reddit. Why don't you go next?
Yeah, so I was kind of like looking at, TTS engines. And frankly, I kind of got tired of all these. You got lots. You go to the Play Store and you got all kinds of TTS engines. They'll say they're TTS engines. But basically what they're just engines that you could type something into, or if you're lucky, upload a book or something, and then they call them TTS engines. And I find it annoying. So I said, hey, I want someone who could do something system-wide. I'm just kind of grown tired of all these TTS engines that claim to be TTS engines, but that's not what I'm talking about as a blind person who relies on a TTS engine to interact with my phone. And so when Lukman said he was going to be working on something, or was working on something, and was going to see if he could bring it to Android, and I was excited. I'm like, well, let me know when you do, because we used to have so many TTS engines back then on Android 10 years ago. Or maybe 12, 13 years ago, and now we don't. It's so hard. All we have is either the Google TTS engine that some don't quite like, and some of the voices are not in all of the regions. For example, the high quality ones are not, or maybe there's a latency and all of that. And so we all that we have left is just we either have a cappella voices or the vocalizer voices, and of course the Eloquence TTS that just came through like a couple months or so ago. And so it was nice to see Look Man doing this and working on that. And he and I had been going back and forth. But then I think that probably one of the crowning features for me is that unlike others that we have are, based on GitHub, and you can't get them unless you sideload them. And you guys know me very notorious for not liking to sideload apps or APKs. And so when he brought his to the Play Store, I'm like, nah, that's my boy. I've got to get this. So I got it, and I've been playing with it. And most importantly, where we were able to have the ability to use a customized voice. So maybe I got Karin's voice on mine. Love that girl. So I got hers on mine, for example. And so, if you have someone whose voice you like, you may ask their permission to use their voice. And by the way, I didn't ask Karin's permission. She hasn't cut my head off yet. So you have somebody's voice that you really like, and you may want to ask them if you could use their own voice. And that is available if you're using the Pro. But even if you're not using the Pro version, you can still sample that, but it's just that you're not going to be able to make it anything useful or make it useful as a chosen voice for the TTS until you've opted into the Pro version. But at least you can preview it and see what it sounds like. And so that's another feature that I really like. And starting off, though, it wasn't very good, right? We know, but it had a lot of potentials, and so far it has improved a lot over the period that we started, maybe like a couple of weeks or so ago. And I think that for me, look, man, if this is doable, maybe you could boost the volume a little bit. I don't know. I have no clue when it comes to programming. I think that the volume is a little bit low. If there's a way to boost the volume, I mean, I could boost the volume, but that means I turn up my volume accessibility volume a whole lot louder than normal. But if not, that's fine. But yeah, that's one of my requests. I know it's so early to be asking about requests now, but yeah, that's something about that volume would be nice. But so I'm glad that you are here, and you took my challenge and have brought us this TTS engine, which can also be used if you like reading. You could use it as your reading voice, for example. So that's what we've got.
Yeah, actually, Warren, the boosting volume already there. So you have the setting, and there is volume section, and it's actually defaulted to normal, I guess. And the other one is normalized, so it's kind of got boosted a bit. I tried to boost very high, and there was a lot of noise. And one of the user complained to me because the sound was not really great, so I just got back to default one.
I got it. Yeah, like I said, I don't have a problem using my volume here to just turn it up. But yeah, so you I probably was the very first blind person you meet. Was I the first blind person you came across, or did you interact with some other blind people there in Indonesia? Who were using mobile phones? Because most oftentimes, a lot of sighted people don't even know that blind people use mobile phones.
Actually, you are the first blind person that I know you are using Android. After I take your challenge and I see your profile, and it will say you need something for the blind community, and then I just rewrite some of the code to work for the better for talkback version. And actually, the first target I was making this TTS actually for the ebook reader app, and when version 1 came out, I don't know, but somehow I actually enjoy using my own product, and I kind of know there is a value in that. and after that I tried to work on the better talkback version, and somehow it's got better because the code was made by AI. I just steer that and it got better now, I guess. Maybe you could give me another thing to improve.
Did you think I was crazy? I mean, for example, so here's a blind person, asking you to do something, and did it ever occur to you that a blind person could be using a mobile phone? And I know, of course, you had that thing was intended for ebook reading and all of that, but then, like I said, the beauty of this one is that we could use it as a system wide, and that's the focus now. And frankly,
Yeah.
I am so thankful because we want to add more TTS engines that we could pick from. We don't want to be limited by just a handful, but I want us to go back to what it used to be, where we had a choice of TTS engines back then on Android. And so you being here to add this to it is really nice. I'm so thankful that we have it, and you were open to me as a blind person and listened to my needs and how we wanted it to be, and my complaints. I know I've been probably was a butthead at some point, but at least here we are.
No, no, it's actually two ways. So your feedback, and I can make my product better. So I've got better head start if someone try to copy me, and and that's it. Actually, there is one developer targeting for HDHD people, and his feedback is more like very hard to implement because a slight noise and it's not good. So actually, this was a good feedback. I got real feedback. Some of the user email me and just say, "Hey, your TTS engine doesn't work," and that's it. I don't know
Yes.
what doesn't work. They don't explain to me because this TTS is fully offline. I don't collect anything. It's fully run on your phone, and when you email me and just say it doesn't work, and what doesn't work? I
Yeah.
don't
So
know.
that was going to be my question, Lukman. I want to know what sort of reactions you got from people, especially like, did you receive emails from blind people using the TTS? For example, I'm using it. I like before the podcast, I showed you that I have my own voice here. I purchased the Pro,
Yeah.
but what response, like what reactions you got from blind people on your email or in your Reddit?
Most of them is really like that and give the feedback, very good feedback, so I can implement that and make the app better. And many people are asking for the multilingual support, and I'm
Mhm.
planning to do that maybe a few
Would you
weeks after
imagine,
this.
like, would you imagine being at this stage when you started this project? Like, you see a lot of people are using your product right now, and they are purchasing it.
No, but I plan for this product the code that run this for another product. So if I can make this really good, that's kind of two way. It's better for me too. So thank you for the feedback because the app was. I never realized that it will become this good
Yeah, you
actually.
really feel the huge gap. You can trust me. Like as Warren said, there was a lot of like need for a TTS engine that can work reliable. That's the most important one. And what's more important is like some people want to use their own voice.
Yeah, I know because before I'm starting this project using the Pocket TTS model, I've researched another model, and they really strict. They have preset voice, and when you use it for another product, it will be bad. Everything will sound the same, even though it's actually faster and support multilingual. Then I just don't want to do that. And when the model came out, like Wow, this one is really meet all my criteria. It should be fast. It can add your custom voice and it work on mobile, and that's great. Then suddenly Warren looking at Reddit and asking for system TTS, and why not? I'm really confident that I can do that, but I underestimate the challenge. It's actually very very hard.
You've done a great job. One of the things I noticed, and this could be user error, is that if you set ToBe SAID as your system-wide TTS, and then try and change the voice doesn't seem to take effect unless you unload TalkBack or switch to another TTS engine and back again. Is that my not using the app properly, or does the voice not immediately change if the system-wide TTS is set?
Are you saying though that, for example, if I have it right now, and let's say, or maybe I was using a Google TTS, and I go switch to ToBe SAID, are you saying that it doesn't change for you until you restart or unload and reload TalkBack?
No, I'm not. I'm saying if you have ToBe SAID set and you're using Kareen's voice,
Okay.
but you decide you want to use the ToBe SAID default voice.
Okay. So
it doesn't change.
Let me try this. So maybe
Yeah.
that way we will hear what you're saying. So here, I hear I have Kareen's here. So I'm gonna go to
TalkBack menu. Navigation. Text to speech.
There we go. So now I'm gonna go to the engine settings.
Yeah.
Preferred engine to this.
And I'm gonna go to the
current voice upload in
voices, and I'm gonna choose. Which one do you want me to choose? Narrator or
choose default?
Okay.
No, maybe you choose the new one, the Mach voice.
Okay, let's say we choose any, because I haven't updated mine yet.
Available.
No, okay.
Preview voice.
Yeah.
Not selected. Voice.
So
not selected. Voice narrator.
I tested it.
Yes, okay, here. Yes.
Not selected. Voice goddess. Button. Edit box. Find the voice.
That was the default. I have
not selected. Voice goddess.
Just choose that one.
Available.
Yeah, just choose it.
Okay. So let's see.
Recite Hamlet.
Yeah, no, mine works.
Yours changes. Mine doesn't.
No,
mine doesn't, and mine doesn't as well.
Mine changes. Yeah,
mine changes. Both on my
Yeah,
Pixel
okay.
and my Samsung phone.
Yeah, for me
it changes. Yeah.
I think I know the problem.
Unlike Ed.
You should write a report email to me, and you mentioned the phone and serial model, because the code was hard coded, so it only detect Google and Samsung voice. So maybe other phone has different name for the TalkBack, so it doesn't change that. So you should write me email.
I'll write you an email. Yeah, I do that.
Both of you and Ed, both you and Kareen are using either Samsung or Google. I mean, you both have Galaxy phones, and Ed, you also have a Pixel phone. So
yeah.
I'm surprised because I'm using mine on both my Pixel 10 Pro, XL, and my Galaxy S23, and it works that way for both of them.
Yeah. Are you running Samsung TalkBack, Sally, or
no Google?
Yeah,
Google.
me too. Interesting.
Interesting
really
indeed.
Yeah, but I'm using Jisho, and I'm not using it as a system TTS engine. So
well, you're using the confused screen reader. That could be. I'm just kidding. Yeah. So you guys just write to him. But so if you're experiencing that problem, guys, feel free to let Lookman know. But so I was surprised because I never came across that. So both Sally and I just don't experience that.
No, okay. So you just write the email, or maybe you can join the Discord server for better support and write there, so I can know better. And I think I know the problem with what the bug what you mentioned. So I just need the model.
Sure, excellent. I'll drop you a line.
Yeah. Okay.
So I want to know, since you got a pro version on Play Store, if you get enough sales, what's in the pipeline? What's your planning?
Actually, the sales, actually for the indie developer, solo developer is good, but I want more sales so I can more development, because I plan to bring this to iOS and try to fix the multilingual, and multilingual is not an easy task. You need a powerful GPU to understand the model, and I'm limited on that. So maybe for now I'm trying to make better sell marketing, because some of the developer I know, like, hey, I'm doing much more than you. Why you charge more? And I understand. Oh, so he doesn't understand the value, and I think many people doesn't understand the value, unlike you guys that you are using the TTS engine every day, so you understand the value. But many people doesn't understand that, and I need to market it better. And even I don't know the value until I tried the 1.0 version, and wow, this is actually really good. Before that, I'm like, why I need to make this like a system engine TTS? And I think that's it for now. So I will work on the marketing, changing model. This version is like very good, very stable, very fast. But after that, after the marketing and maybe some sales, and I'm going back to work on the iOS and the model for multilingual version.
So I have several questions actually.
Okay, Karin, you let go.
Yeah, it's my turn. You know.
You go, girl.
So, first, I want to thank you really for the great job. Actually, you put the great effort, and like the improvements are noticeable with each version. So thank you very much. Well, regarding the voice generation, is there any way that, like, for example, you can implement something to make it slightly better? I have noticed that the sample that a person can record is just 1 minute maximum. So I think that if the user is able to record, for example, or upload maybe more than that, this would mean that there is more sample. There are more samples. There is better, or there is the possibility of better implementation. So this means that the result will be a better voice. It's in theory. I mean, so
Exactly.
is that possible?
Like, I agree, because like I get this uploaded voice that I recorded with my mic. It's really good, but the more recordings that I can add to this voice, the better I can get. Like, if there is a voice, I can improve it by adding more recordings or starting with longer recordings.
For that, actually, it doesn't need to be very long, because when you are uploading very long and the process changing that to usable data for the TTS is gonna be very long, and many doesn't want to wait that long, like 5 minutes to prepare the data. So I limit that to 1 minute. What you actually need is really clean voice, so no background noise, so just your voice, really clean, because everything will be copied to the final voice. So the first one, when I'm building this, I just tried my recording and no noise filtering, and the result really bad, and it doesn't say anything, just noise. So when I implement that simple noise filtering, and it sounds like me, then I want it better, and I implement AI noise filter, and the result actually good, but it doesn't sound like me at all. It sounds like different people. So I abandoned that. And so what you need is just a really clean voice, because the model will catch every noise.
Yeah, but can we improve the voice by adding more recordings to the generated voice in the future? Would that be possible?
It's actually just need a little voice. So you have very long, and it doesn't matter. It just pick the small sample from that. So and it just the speaker. So it's like taking some sample. It will not be great if you record too long.
Well, the matter is not recording long samples. I don't mean to say that the person just talks for 10 minutes or 15 minutes or something, but the thing is that usually, I'm also saying theoretically, when you are recording, slightly longer versions, this means that the app is able, or the voice builder is able to take more of your voice, is able maybe to mimic your voice better, to mimic the expressions, also the way that you speak. So don't you think that this could improve the voice cloning?
Actually, it doesn't matter. The what matter most is like very clean voice, no noise, just the voice and the way you speak for the sample. If you speak fast, it will pick up the pace, and if you speak in high pitch, it will clone that. And if you speak like the lower one, and it will catch all that. And the problem one, it's actually also clone how you breathe. So this TTS engine has a latency problem because it for long text it actually capture that you need to breathe before like saying long sentence, and it generate that silence, and that's what makes the latency sometimes so high. So you just need very clean voice for that.
I personally prefer the short voice samples because other, voice generation where they want you to say this word and say that word, and then for those of us who are using screen readers, for example, it makes it virtually impossible. And so I like the idea of a short recording, and I could just record something and upload it if you don't want to use the record button, which I preferred uploading of the voice. And so I think your implementation, in my never to be humble opinion, is a better implementation than what I see out there. It becomes very difficult for a blind person where the screen is refreshing and your screen reader is coming in. It just makes it very hard unless you're, of course, using a headset and pray to God that your voice is coming through or whatever. But so I don't think that the longer recording is what is needed, because like my recording was not that long, but I was surprised though to see it pronouncing words that were not even part of my recording. So I don't think that the problem that we have is based on the length of a recording. That's my observation.
Yeah, but I think the more recordings, the more samples that the system has, the better it can generate. It's like to improve the quality.
Actually, that one is for another model. This model just need to take small sample and apply the voice pattern. So you just doesn't need that long, just very, very clean. The other model actually need very that long because it need to train the model again. So you just got the voice, but this one doesn't need that long. And like I said, you just need a very clean. So I actually, for the default voice, for the voice that inside the app, I actually use another AI generator that you can type, I want this kind of voice, and that generate a very clean voice. So I put that into the app. So it actually better, but when you are using a real voice, real people, and it's not studio quality, all the background noise will catch up, and all the breathing and everything will be goes inside the model, and it will copy that.
My second question is related to the AI model used, actually, and if there is a way to improve something that I'll now explain. So, with the traditional TTS engines, everything is predictable. So I can predict what will be the result, what the result will be, just by knowing that, okay, those samples are recorded and it works like this and it works like that. So everything is predictable. And this is something important for a blind person, not the predictability itself, but the knowledge or the being confident that things that will be read are exactly the things that are presented to this TTS engine. So what I noticed actually is that with this AI model, and it's not the only one that has this issue, actually. It's even with the 11 Labs voices that are online and that are much better generated because of the power that they have and the ability. And 11 Labs already, it's very known in the. It's very popular in the market, so I'm not comparing here, but I'm saying that even 11 Labs voices could face this. So try, for example, to, and this had started with my nephew who was playing with the voice generation thing, and he just spammed the engine with the word hi. So just putting hi for about 50 times or something. And what happened, and I tested that with all the voices, even the default ones. So it, after a bit of highs, normal highs, you have that sound, the noise, and you have like a windy sound, and then it starts to speak things that aren't really in the script itself. It's just high. So the high is converted into different things, into gibberish stuff, so you don't understand where that is coming from. And the high thing, actually, people won't be bringing, won't be testing this for, or it's not something that happens normally, but it's an indication of this problem, which is the ability to generate things that aren't really, or texts that aren't really in the script or in the text itself. So is there a way to improve this? Maybe you can also test this this example for yourself and see that it has this issue of wrong generation, of hallucinating stuff that that's not really in the text itself. And something else regarding the latency, or actually I will have another question, which is the last question, but if you want to answer this one before.
Okay, regarding the issue about the hallucination, all newer AI model will hallucinate. It's just how much they hallucinate. There is a error rate, and it just for this type of very small model, and you compare it to like a bigger one that need a lot of GPU, and that will be, the differences will be very high. And I'm choosing this one because the error is quite low, but it will be there. And because the expressiveness of the voice, and you can predict that, because as you say, you type hi and it will sound very different from each generation, because it's the expressiveness that I'm chasing. And for the other model, there is actually a better one if you want to generate very constant and it won't predict wrong voice. There's another model for that, and it older, and it kind of map this kind of word is sound like this kind of word is sound like this, and every time you type hi, it will generate the same one. But I'm not going into that model because I prefer the expressiveness of this model, and the error rate is I can live with that. And to improve that, it will be very difficult because the model was very small, and it need all the space to just generate correct sound. And when you change a bit, it will gonna be worse. So for me, it's better like to adapt it to another language than chasing what that probably almost impossible for now.
Yeah, but something which is very important here is that screen reader users deal with things differently. I mean, if when I'm a screen reader user, I want two things actually from any TTS engine that I'm using, and this is something general. I want the TTS engine to give me the exact speech that I have on the screen. This is the first one, and the second one, I have it to be with less latency. Well, when we are talking about this one, it's an AI voice, so I'm not going to say that it will be responsive, especially on mid-range devices like mine. So I'm ruling out this for an AI TTS engine. And for me, I'm not asking for this engine to be actually very responsive or to compare it to any traditional TTS engine, because those engines are, I think for now, they are just much more capable of giving more responsive generation, and this is actually something normal here. So, but for reading books, maybe it's good. For dealing with sometimes reading articles or feeling like I want to change, I want to do some change, and you know, we just need sometimes to switch the voice and to experience something new. But the problem with I said it before, the high is something hypothetical. It's nothing like, I'm not going to put highs like in a text that I'm going to deal with. But the problem is, if this continues to happen with other texts, for example, I haven't used the engine to the point that I can say that this happens or doesn't happen. But if this happens more, I mean, if I'm typing a certain text, but I end up hearing something else, or hearing something that's not actually in the text itself. So this will be the problem here, because as I told you, I'm using this TTS engine as my eyes in a way or another. So it's the thing that I'm using to see what's on the screen. So instead of seeing them seeing the content with my eyes, I'm hearing the content with my ears using this TTS engine. So that's the point, or this is why I'm emphasizing this specific thing, actually. My last question is regarding the multilingual support. Can you tell us what are the languages that are supported, or what are the languages that will be supported in the coming version that you are working on?
Okay, regarding your first question about the TTS itself, actually, when I am working on this and I'm hitting the limit, actually, so you cannot make this any faster. You cannot make this better, and I try to any workaround around that, and it's just got worse. And from that, I realized that this will be not your productivity one. So when you need a real precise one, and you want it like, hey, I want this one and don't make any mistake, this will be not your TTS engine. You can use another one, but hey, any option is better than you have none. So like, okay, I'm so pivoting this to another one where, like you say, you making this like voice for the ebook reader, so you can enjoy the voice. But for when you are need this one to be very precise, and for your productivity everyday usage, maybe this one not for you. But so I'm okay with that. So that's the good one, because there will be choice. Maybe some elderly people doesn't care about the speed and they want to enjoy the voice more, and they have many options, so they don't stuck with just the Google TTS or some other provider that need you need to pay like monthly or annually. So it's just another option. So, and I think it's good enough. And regarding the multilingual, it's actually for now it's support English only, because I don't make the model. It's from Qt Lab, and Qt Lab actually uh, promise for 5 more language. It's in French, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, and Germany. And from that, I need to know what the model actually work. They actually like put the paper, and when people asking, hey, how you train to another model, and we don't want to give you the code. The code was very, very messy, and the paper there, and if you want to reverse engineer it, it's okay. So I'm gonna do that. Some people are already doing that, and because this one is a open source model, so if someone put that the training code online, and everyone will gonna train by themselves, and it will be support more language from that. So for now on, I'm trying to understand how the model actually produce voice, and how the part that we can train, so it will be output another languages. And that's I'm going to start, because when I'm doing this, and I just, hey, this one is good model, and let's try to put it on mobile, and it's work. And then, okay, next step, let's try to make it a multilingual model.
Yeah, makes sense actually. And I want just to clarify one thing. When I told you about the price, if it's precise or not, and when I told you about the latency, actually, it's our duty here to express or to represent all listeners, and to tell you exactly how things work with screen readers. So I know that people, and many people, care about responsiveness, and it's but this doesn't mean that your work is not appreciated. In fact, it is appreciated, and I said that before, and I'll say it again, because you are bringing something new to the table. At least the ability to use the the custom voices, even in their current state, it's still something that is great. It's still something that we don't have. And there's no actually reliable engine that can do that on Android for now. This is as far as my this is according to all of my tests. Actually, I tried other engines, and in fact, this is the most stable one, I can say. But yeah, I told you about the latency and the preciseness, because this is those things are very important for screen reader users, and for that reason, I said at least on mid-range devices, you can't expect as a screen reader user to have a very responsive TTS engine, and this is so expected, and this is not the problem of the AI of the engine itself. This is how those AI engines work, and actually they need the power, they need a good processor, they need some work on the device itself.
Yeah, so from that, after I work on that, I just realized, like, I really actually want like this very, very low latency, and I put everything on that. I just make any workaround I can found, and it just got worse. Like I said, I'm using AI, 3AI, to help me working on that. I'm using Gemini, I'm using Codex, I'm using Cloud, and all those 3AI just say, hey, this is the maximum you can get, and let's work on something else and focus your energy on something else. It's like they said, like, you just try to getting water from stone, and it will not get you anywhere. So let's Yeah. So I'm just focusing on another thing for now. This is the best I can get for now. So if you want a very fast and reliable one, maybe this one is not for you. But if you want to enjoy it like as a screen read, ebook reader, maybe this one can get you there. And maybe for some people, they don't care that much about the precision because they want to relax and not in working mode and change something. You can use this, and I'm not like better. It's not. I'm not promoting this as a better choice. It's just another choice that you can enjoy that. And actually, I'm more confused about the pricing. Is this good enough pricing for now? So I want to ask you guys about this one for the pro version.
So the price is a one-time payment, right? It's $9.99, $10, right? Am I
Yeah.
correct, guys?
Yes.
So I think that sometimes what people don't like is a recurring pricing. So, everybody tends to go toward these recurring subscription-based models where either you have a monthly or annual or maybe multi-year subscription and all of that. But I think that people favor this one-time payment. I know it's not a money-making thing for the developer because you don't have a recurring cash flow when you have a one-time payment. But yet in the same breath, a lot of people would prefer to buy it and not worry about, trying to buy it again next week and all of that. Now, the question, however, comes down to, are you going to be able to still support it or whatever the case may be, since I'm not buying it twice? That is the question. I think for me, this is not bad for a one-time payment because it is not $30 or $40 or $15. Yeah, probably it's not quite as good as people may want it, but I've seen others that want a recurring subscription that, or one-time payment for like $40 or $50, and it's not anything like what we have. It's just something that you copy and paste text into to be read. And my thinking is, why are you doing this? And it leaves me scratching my head when I see such apps, and you're asking me to pay $30 just to paste something and listen to it. I don't know. You can't even upload something to it. I just wrote to one developer about it last night. He's like $34. And I'm like, you're asking me to pay you $199 a week or pay you $34 for a one-time payment to just paste text and listen to it. I can't even upload something to it. It just doesn't make sense. So yeah, I think for me personally, I think you struck a balance in the price as a one-time payment. What do you guys think?
I guess one question I had, Lukman, was as I understand it, that sort of that price is pretty universal. Currency conversions aside, so it's that price for everybody. I just wondered if you thought about varying that by region. Obviously, as you'll know, I'm sure, different different regions are differently wealthy, and I know that some app developers have varied that. So, it's cheaper, say, in India than it is in the US. Is that a consideration you thought about?
Yeah, I'm considering that, but since the engine is English only for now, so the people who buy this will understand English, right? And for now, its pricing very different. Will be just like too much work for me actually, where I need to find where the power purchasing parity of each country. And when I said that, and like it and they buy it, and it doesn't support their language. It just doesn't make sense for now. But after I support another language, maybe I'll consider the supporting language and adjusting the price from that. And regarding the one-time price, for me, it just doesn't make sense. Everything is run from your phone, and you are just paying me for my time from making this app. So why I charge you like monthly? But for business sites, it's maybe bad. So I need to find another customer, and I plan to do that because yeah, it's already proven that the app can run on very like mid-range phone, and it can produce like good enough for that mid-range phone. And for maybe I plan to like offer my service to maybe bigger companies, since I know they are burning a lot of money to make voices using that expensive GPU. And maybe the user doesn't need to that voice that use the expensive GPU. So I'm looking for another thing that this engine can be used to support me.
So I think I'm looking at what Ed said, for example, maybe someone in Indonesia, for example, $10 is probably maybe like 100,000 Indonesian or maybe more. So in other words, though, maybe down the road, and when you have the other languages supported, you could reconsider maybe if that's doable, where if you're in Indonesia, instead of paying an equivalence of $10, for example, US dollars, maybe it could be half of that or something. I don't know how that is done, but right now it's only in English, and anyone that gets it knows that they're going to be using it for English language. And so whether you're in Indonesia or India or here in the States or in the UK, and if you get it, then you know you are getting it to use with only English-based systems, for example. But so what Ed is saying is that would it be possible for someone, in India, who wants to use it as a system based for English and, switch their system to English, for example, but could it be possible for them to have it, like a little bit cheaper in India or a little bit cheaper in Indonesia? And this is something you'll have to look into and then kind of implement as best as you can.
Yeah, it's good you've got it on the radar, because obviously English is widely spoken in, say, India, in Nigeria, where the markets are a little bit different. But it's good it's on your radar, I think.
Yeah, I'm considering that, but for now it's just I need to like day work, and this is my side project, and I'm considering lowering the price when actually the multilingual support came out.
I think that the price is reasonable. I know that people want everything for free and they just complain and nag for nothing, but we should be fair with developers. We should appreciate the time that they are spending on working, like on fixing bugs, on improving the app. Even if you said that you are using AI to help you, that's fine. Many developers are doing that, and some of them don't even disclose this fact, and they just tell you that we are spending hours and hours and days working on that, when actually AI is working when AI is doing all of the job. So you said that, and this is normal, but you are just spending time on that project. You're trying to improve it. You're putting some effort. So I guess that it's just okay to pay one time a $10 one-time payment. I think many people are able to spend this already. And well, if people, and to be honest here, and I'm not trying to be harsh here, but if you are unable to pay that amount of money to a developer for the TTS engine, I think that you can't afford it. And this is normal. Some people aren't able to do it. It's fine. This is, but there are other choices. So there are other TTS engines that are available, and people can use them for free, even if they are not AI generated, and even if they don't have custom voices and stuff. But actually, we can't ask the developer to make something as a free app just because we're unable to pay. And I think that actually $10 is pretty reasonable, actually.
I forgot. Maybe this one actually has free version with 5 voices, and user can use that if they doesn't want to pay, because the getting one is for the pro version you can use your own voice, and that's it. I think 5 is that's quite a lot free version, and you can try that first. And if you want your custom voice, then you pay it. And that's it. You have free version.
Yeah, so let's put it straight for people. One does not need to buy the pro version. You can still use the free version. They both are there on the Play Store. The only difference between the pro and the free version is the ability to use the customized voice. If you don't have the money to purchase the pro version, you can still use the free version with the pre-made voices that come with it. I think there are like 4 of them. I like that one. The villain voice reminds me of some Russian guy, you know.
It reminds me of you. Warren. It reminds me of you.
I'm a villain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So not really.
That's actually fine. I put the latest update, and I'm adding one voice called Mach, because this one is very high speech rate, and some people are trying this with a very, very low device, like device from 2018. I'm quite surprised. That's before the AI boom, AI everything that. It's from era before that. And when I'm looking the report, 8 years devices, and actually for the new voice, it's sped up because many people need the speed, and the device doesn't have that power. So I'm adding that so they can use higher speech. And for the lower end device, they actually can trick using that high speech rate and the lower, so you get the normal speech rate. But I briefly tested with my own device from 8 years ago, and it actually working just fine, I guess. If I'm slowing the speech rate very, very low, and using the new voice, and what you expect from the 8 years old device running latest AI, and I'm giving that for free. So for you can test that, and the latest update just put same thing for the uploaded voice, so you can speed up the voice and get better speech rates for the mid-range devices when your devices can catch up with the AI stuff in the background.
Additionally, in the pro version, you can use or you can generate more than one voice. You can generate more than one voice in the free version, but the new voice replaces the old one. This is not the case with the pro version. I don't know if it's unlimited, but you can generate let's say as much voices as you can. And if it's not correct, just correct me, Luqman. So this is another difference between the free and the pro version. But if you use the free version, you can paste text in the edit field and generate a spoken version of this text using the custom voice, but you can't use it as the system TTS voice.
Yeah. That's one of the limitation, because people need to know like the custom voice work. So I just limit just one. So if they doesn't want to pay, they just override the old one, and I just limit the usage inside the app. So people like want to make some audiobooks with different kind of voice, still can use that, but with more effort. But they can do that for free with more time. And if you need to save your time, you can buy the app. So I just give option for them.
Is it possible to set the accent? I mean, now it generates the voices and uses, I don't know how it detects or how it decides what accent to use. But is it possible, for example, to let it use a British accent or an American accent or an Indian accent?
For now, when you are using custom voice, it will catch up your accent. So when you are speaking using United States, US accent, it won't generate British accent. You need a real British accent, and you need real people speak in British accent for the custom voice. And I think for the free voice, the goddess one actually has British accent, and the villain one actually kind of got Russian accent, because I plan in my imagination, people will like use this for audiobooks, and the goddess is kind of soft one, and the villain will be good like for the villain character. So I put that
Maybe
for
like
free.
me, very mean
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh
And I
my
was just going
God.
to say, with the possibility to generate unlimited voices, Warren can use Audacity or Reaper to have squeaky Kareen or growly Kareen. You can like play with the pitch, can't you, and regenerate Kareen as many times as you want to.
Oh boy. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
just I want to note one thing. When you are uploading voice, please make sure you need their permission for that. You can just like find any voice and just use it for the test. No, don't use that. Ask their permission first for that.
Yeah, please do that, everybody. A serious point. Do make sure you have the permission of someone whose voice you want to use. Lukman, thanks very much for joining us, and thank you in particular for developing this app. As we said before, we're limited on system-wide TTS options on Android, so this is absolutely amazing, and please keep up the excellent work.
Yeah, thank you guys for inviting me here, and this one has been very great for me.
We really appreciate you, and thank you so much for putting up with my messages, endless messages from the villain. So really, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you, Lukman.
Thank you for coming here. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much for joining us today. And it was, I have to repeat it.
Thank you for the feedback, Erin. It's really good feedback for me, actually.
Thank you very much.